the less punishment you take, the longer you last in the sport. Because I was in this shit 21 years, so you're gonna be okay because you got the skills, and at the end of the day, as you get older, the power gonna come.
What's going on, you guys? So, Devin the Dream Haney, as we thought, had a fight coming up with George Kambosos this upcoming June. Now it's looking like George Kambosos is really flexing on his A side. Also, Devin Haney gives his thoughts on Tank Davis possibly leaving Floyd Mayweather. Give me the HBO special. That's the Help a Brother Out special. We're on the road to 11,000 subscribers. We almost there. Devin Haney. Very, very, very interesting situation indeed with this George Kambosos. Devin Haney is starting to look like one of the most feared guys in the sport of boxing today. George Kambosos, man, is looking like this thing with him and Devin Haney is I'm not quite sure what's going on, but salute the boxing voice here. It says, I'm waiting to see Devin Haney's side of the contract. He's the B side. You do as you're told. Wow. I mean, what's up with this? Last we heard, Devin Haney agreed to all the stipulations to this fight. He taking a low ball offer. He has to have a rematch in Australia if he beats Kambosos. He has to go back out there and do it again. He abided by all the stipulations, and now this is what we get. Now the bluff has been called. This is what this is looking like, man. I'm gonna have to start calling him Chicken George, man. George Kamboozle. I mean, are you kidding me? Right? Devin Haney says, TikTok, we're waiting, Georgie. Like Devin Haney's waiting for him. You know what I'm saying? Then listen to this.
No major official announcement has come through yet, but we're imminent. It is very close. I'm waiting to see his contract firsthand. I want to see it properly. He's the B side, so we do as you're told, and we will make sure it looks all good. No fake signatures, and then we've got to fight. No problem.
Man, hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. Come on, man. No fake signatures. I got to look over the contract. I'm the A side. You do what you're told. I mean, what? Is this what boxing has come to, man? To get the more compelling interest. And when you're facing the tougher fighters, this is what happens. This is what the A side guy tends to do when they fighting somebody that's tough. When somebody's tough is on the horizon, this is when they start acting like this. This is what they start to do. They flex on their A side. They start to downplay the guy. They start to make it really, really, really hard. They start putting hurdles in front of the fight. This is what's going on with Devin Haney and George Kambosos right now. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I can't believe this dude sat here and said that shit. Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again.
It's not official yet. Obviously, no major official announcement has come through yet. But we're imminent. It is very close. I'm waiting to see his contract firsthand. I want to see it properly. He's the B side, so you do as you're told, and we will make sure it looks all good. No fake signatures, and then we've got to fight. No problem.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good sign, you guys. It's not a good sign at all. We thought this fight was signed, sealed, and delivered. For all we knew. Now all of a sudden, you do as you told, and see, I don't. Man, come on, man. Why do it got to be all that? You're getting a rematch in Australia. You're getting the high ball offer. He's getting a low ball. I mean, what more do you want? You're getting a network deal for ESPN. I mean, what more do you want, dude? No fake signatures. Like, come on, man. Really? Come on, dude. Very unfortunate, right? This is how it goes in boxing, people. This is what happens. This is what happens in boxing. This is, I told you guys he was delusional before in the starting show. This is on Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez been talking a lot of trash. He said some things about both guys in regards to this thing, this fight. I mean, George Kambosos did a lot of talking, but he ain't doing no walking, and it's not looking good, man. He said it's imminent, but I mean, what would you need to? I mean, what you mean fake signatures, bro? Like, come on, man. Don't tell me you're getting cold feet. Come on, Chicken George. Don't have me calling you Chicken George now. You know what I'm saying? Don't have me doing that. But moving forward, man, Devin Haney also has some things to say. about Gervonta Tank Davis. And yeah, pretty interesting to say the least, right? Pretty interesting to say the least, the things he had to say about Tank Davis. And as we know, Tank Davis is having a little situation with Floyd Mayweather Promotions. There's questions as to whether is Tank Davis going to remain with Mayweather Promotions after his next fight with Orlando Romero. Well, Devin Haney gave his thoughts on it, and he says this here. He says, it don't matter if you don't want to make the big fights happen. You may as well stay with the promoter you with now. Then he says, if you don't care to go and make the big fights happen, what's the point of even leaving your situation? You may as well stay there and be loyal to Floyd Mayweather if that's the case. Wow. So Devin Haney basically saying, look, man, if you ain't going to fight none of us tougher fighters, if you ain't going to fight none of the tougher guys, then you might as well stay where you at and do what you doing, bro. This is literally what he just said, right? And this has been a thing with Tank Davis. Fans want to see him. Boxing want to see Tank Davis in there with some of the more notable guys, not just these guys they built up in the lab and just kind of throw out in front of the public. They want to see Tank Davis, and I'm a Tank fan, and I want to see Tank Davis in there with some of these guys. But Devin Haney said this, like, look, man, if you ain't gonna fight none of us anyway, you might as well stay doing what you're doing. You might as well stay doing what you're doing, getting the paydays, and be promoted as this star that they was trying to do, right? Leonard Ellaby, they was trying to create a attraction, a star, but that star is starting to dim, as we seen from the last numbers from the Isaac Cruz fight. The star ain't shining as bright as it should, and it's because Tank Davis ain't fighting the guys that we think he could, right? Like Lomachenko's, the Haneys, all the other top lightweights and junior lightweights. And even some smaller junior welterweights, right? Super lightweights. Even some of those guys, right? Whatever you want to call the division. Not the same guys, Barrios and Groups. It's just the same dudes. Nah, we want to see you in there with somebody else, bro. Devin Haney got a point. Like, if you might as well stay where you at if you ain't go fight none of the tougher guys anyway. So Tank Davis, I think Tank Davis, though, is looking to face some of these tougher guys. He did mention that he wants to face the Devin Haney Kambosos winner. You know, he came out and said he make more money than him. But Tank Davis, man, you got to go for that glory, bro. It's time to go for the glory, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, really, really unfortunate if this is true with George Kambosos, man. It looked like he about to pull the plug on this fight with Devin Haney. It looked like he really don't want the fight in the first place, man. This is just blasphemous, man. This is just boxing, though. You know, us as boxing fans, we should be used to the bullshit in the sport. You know, George Kambosos magically got cold feet out of nowhere. You know, we thought this was a done deal. We got a nice little lineup of fights going, and George Kambosos ironically wanted to put on his cape and say, you know what, I'm about to go ahead and flex on this A side, and I'm gonna make it really hard for you. You know, he agreed to all the stipulations. You know what I'm saying? He agreed to what was it, $2 million and all that. He agreed to everything. They still trying to get him out of the fight. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.